What is going on, everybody? It's Alex back with another video, and all I can say is today is the day. Today we are building my brand new PC for gaming, streaming, editing, everything to do with my YouTube channel. I definitely needed this upgrade. My old PC was kind of bad, and this PC is going to be awesome, so I'm super excited. So what I want to do is I want to start off, kind of go over all the pieces, let you guys know like what I'm putting into the PC, why I chose the parts that I did, and hopefully I can help you guys learn a little bit about PCs. If any of you guys are trying to build a PC yourself, maybe this will help you just a little bit. So without further ado, let's build this thing. So first things first, we're starting off with the graphics card. Now this is the GTX 1080. In particular, it is the Asus STRIX edition. Now, this is actually the 08G or the factory overclocked edition. The reason I went with that is because, not because I think it's really that good of a bang for the buck. The reason I went for it is because I found a refurbished one. I could get it, I got this for about $20 cheaper than I could find the normal A8G, which is the normal STRIX edition 1080. So I got a pretty good deal on this. I actually contacted them and figured out exactly what it was used for, and I'm very comfortable with the decision using this. This is a beast of a graphics card. Now a lot of you are probably thinking like, Alex, you probably don't need that, and that is true. But with this build, I want to be able to handle anything I can possibly throw at it with ease. So with the GTX 1080, this thing will absolutely destroy anything I could possibly throw at it. So that is the reason I went with this. So the second really important part about a PC build is the processor. So as you see right here, I went with the i7 7700K. This is the unlocked version because I do plan on overclocking. I believe it comes stock at 4.2 gigahertz. A lot of people are pushing up to 5 gigahertz. I don't want to push it that far. I'm thinking maybe like a 4.7, probably a 4.6 to 4.8 overclock is probably where I will be. Now the reason I went with this, a lot of people were saying, oh, i5, an i7 is overkill, you don't need an i7. That is very true for gaming. Personally, I am a strong believer that you don't need an i7 for gaming. Maybe it'll help a few frames per second, but it's not that big of a deal. For gaming, I think the best bang for the buck is a mid-range i5. With that being said, you have to realize that I'm not just gaming on this computer. This is my editing, this is my streaming PC. With content creation, you really do need an i7 for the convenience, for it to run well. When I was streaming with I had a 4690K i5. And when I was streaming on OBS, it shows you exactly the CPU percentage that's used, and it pretty much hovered around a scary high percentage the whole time. And I understand it is CPU intensive and stuff, it's going to, but really I want to give it a little bit easier of a time, so an i7 is definitely going to be good for that. Now, a lot of people were curious because the AMD Ryzen chips just came out, and they were wondering why I didn't go with that, because you can get more performance for cheaper. And the easy answer is, it just seems a little sketchy to me. You know, the Ryzens are coming out, the 1800X. I did look into the 1800X, because maybe, you know, $150 more without the deal that I got on this, it'd be $150 more, but it performs like a 6900K. Like, I definitely looked into that, but then the reviews started coming out, and it just kind of seemed that they weren't necessarily performing as consistently and everything, and I know the 7700K is going to perform beautifully, so just the comfort of it, I decided to go with this chip. So now that we got through the GPU and CPU, everything else is a little less important, but the motherboard is very important. Basically, what I was looking for was a Z270 board, and the reason is I wanted it to be as up to date as possible, get all the new stuff, and be able to overclock. So I went with the STRIX edition Z270F motherboard. I'm not gonna lie, it does look really good. That was a factor in my choosing, but really I just wanted a solid motherboard that looked decent, that was able to overclock, and wasn't too outrageously expensive. Again, with a Z270 motherboard, it's going to be decently expensive, but I got a pretty good deal on this one, so that is the reason why I went with this motherboard. And now onto the RAM. So as you can see here, I went with the Corsair Dominator Platinum. I went with the 2x8, so 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, all clocked at 3000 megahertz or 3 gigahertz. Now, I know this is gonna ruffle some feathers. The reason I went with this, yes, it is gonna match my build. Looking good is a factor in PC builds, and I am not gonna hold back on saying that. It does matter to an extent, how good everything looks, but also, you know, I've heard about like a lot of RAM that just doesn't perform like it's supposed to. So I'm willing to spend just a little bit more to get good RAM. Now, the Dominator Platinum, everyone loves this, but it is known for being expensive. Again, I was able to get a pretty good deal on this, so I didn't pay full. I think it's normally like $140 or something for the 2x8 sticks. I definitely did not pay anywhere near that. I was able to get a good deal, but just the knowing that this is solid RAM and this will definitely work for me is ease of mind. I'm willing to pay that little bit extra just for that ease of mind. And I got 2x8 to get 16 because in the future I may want to upgrade to 32 gigs, and I know this is going to be solid for years to come. So that again is the reason why I got these, and that is why I got Corsair Dominator Platinums in specific. And on to another boring part about the PC, the PSU, the power supply. So I went with a 650 watt EVGA Supernova power supply. It is 80 plus gold, fully modular. It is an awesome bang for the buck power supply. I got this for about 80 bucks. It is obviously going with the brand EVGA, definitely gonna hold well. It's gonna have all the cords, everything is gonna last a long time. Again, I could have got a 650 watt power supply for a little bit cheaper, but I'm willing to pay that little bit extra, like $10 more for the name. You know, it's not just the name, but the reliability that this brand has behind it. So again, I can save money pretty much everywhere, but the ease of mind is worth it to me. And onto the storage of my new PC. So what you can see right here, my old build, I did not have an SSD, and that's something that I definitely want to have. Now I don't plan on going just off SSDs. I have a 2 terabyte Western Digital blue hard drive. This will be perfect for storing all my games, everything, just the random stuff in the computer. And then here I have a crucial 275 gigabyte SSD. Now this will store my OS, you know, probably some of my programs that I use a lot, games that I'm playing a lot. So this will store all the important stuff, make it run fast, and this will store everything else. Now, this is 2 terabytes, like I said, so we will have plenty of storage for the time to come. So like I said earlier, I do plan on overclocking my CPU. So right here I have the Corsair H100i V2 liquid cooling. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna be like, hey, why did you go liquid cooling on the CPU? You probably overpaid it. I'm not gonna lie, when I first started piecing together this build, I threw actually this liquid water cooler on there because I was under the assumption that water cooling was better. I was under the assumption that, you know, it's worth it. You're gonna have to pay more for it, but the performance is gonna be worth it. Your CPU temperatures are gonna be way down, everything. And yes, I do understand after doing a lot of research that that is not necessarily the case, but in terms of aesthetics and reliability, that is the reason why I went with the water cooler. This is a very good bang for the buck water cooler. Again, you're gonna pay more than an air cooler, but in terms of aesthetics and performance throughout the long term, I think this is the way to go. And now we have something that kind of makes this unique to a YouTuber's build. Like I said, I was going to be doing a lot of things other than just playing games, and that is why I have the Elgato Game Capture HD60 Pro. Now what this is, this allows me to get footage from my Xbox, PS4, whatever console, and bring it to the computer so you guys can see it. Pretty much everybody who plays console games and makes YouTube videos uses some kind of game capture card, and I'm using the Elgato. That's kind of the most common one, and this is the newest, best version. Basically, what this does, as opposed to my Elgato Game Capture HD, which is what I've been using the whole time, is this allows me to record at 1080p 60 frames a second, whereas the old one only allowed me to record at 1080p 30 frames a second. Also, with the new upgrades and stuff, all the picture quality will look a lot better. And the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to using this is the instant preview. Basically, as you guys know, if you've seen some of my other videos, you know my audio sync has been messed up on quite a few videos, and there's nothing I can really do about that. That's something that happened in the recording that I really can't go back and check. It's to do with the audio syncing. I have to add delays, and if the delays are messed up within the software, it completely throws everything off. So since this has absolutely no delay, considering it goes right into the motherboard, it's perfect, no latency issues. And that means there will be no audio desync issues, which is so nice to me. It's the worst thing going into a stream or a video and then all I see in the comments is like, dude, your audio's synced, you're saying something and then it's happening. That is super frustrating, super annoying, and this will solve all those issues. So I'm super excited about this. So we're moving a little bit farther away for this one. This is the case. This is where everything is going to be held inside. Now this is the Phanteks Enthoo Evolv ATX case, and it is a beast. This is the tempered glass edition. So as you can see, it's gonna be silver up front. All like it's like very simple, but just incredibly beautiful, and the sides are all tempered glass. So you're gonna be able to see everything. One part is a little weird. Even the back panel is tempered glass, meaning that my cable management is going to play a pretty big role, but you're gonna be able to see inside, you're gonna be able to see my graphics card, my motherboard, everything is going to look incredible in this case, and I could not wait.
What is going on, everybody? So you guys saw everything that I put into the computer, and I have to say I built it. I didn't get any footage of it, but I built the computer, and it is quite some time later now. I actually built the PC. All the recording that you just watched was probably about 2 weeks ago or so. So I've been living with this PC for quite a while. I've done some streams on it, I've recorded some videos on it, everything. I played some games on it, and I have to say it is everything I hoped it would be. I benchmarked the test, or I benchmarked the new PC immediately after I got it up and running, and it ranks better, at least on this benchmark, than 92% of other PC builders, and it was significantly above the margin of what is considered a 4K gaming PC. So it is everything I wanted and more. It streams perfectly, as long as my internet holds up. It streams perfectly, plays games at max settings perfectly. It is incredible. So you guys can see it right here. In video, it definitely doesn't do it anything. I actually have the RGBs going between blue and green. But you guys see that the case is cool. You see that it's huge. You know, you can see my setup right here. But like I said, you know, it really doesn't look as good in camera as it does in person. It looks incredible in person, and it performs incredible. So there it is. That is my PC build. Everything that you saw went into it. I didn't really run into too many hiccups. There were a few little small things here or there, but I was able to build the PC in one day, a couple hours throughout classes and stuff, and it was actually kind of enjoyable. I enjoy putting things together like that. It's like a little engineering project, but I have to say it's an incredible computer. So if you were thinking about building something similar to this, like in the $1,800, $2,000 range, honestly, I would highly recommend going in the direction that I did. I could not be happier with the build. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it helped. If you have any questions, make sure to ask me, because I am fairly knowledgeable when it comes to PC parts. I'm not an expert by any means, but I am interested in it, and I do like to keep up to date. So if you have any questions, shoot them at me. Maybe I can help you out. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to drop a like. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and have a good one. Peace out, guys.